Hi and welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and a couple of days ago I did a video about the AnotherApp.io. This is something that we've been waiting for a long time, and we've finally got it. The version we have at the moment is version 1. There's going to be version 2 soon, which is going to have a lot more features and a lot of the things you would expect from a fintech app. Okay, so what is AnotherApp? Well, it's basically a place where you can manage fiat, crypto, all in one app, and you have a virtual card, and eventually we will have physical cards as well that you can just spend in a shop. Now at the moment it works in euros. Now I'm in the UK, but nevertheless it still works. So what I've been doing essentially is taking money from my BitGet account, which is an exchange that I use where I do trading, and usually I end up with some money that I want to use. Now mainly that's in just like random cryptos, or sometimes it's in USDT. So what I need to do there is in the exchange convert it from USDT to USDC. The reason being is that USDT isn't MiCA regulated, so we can't use that legally in the UK. So I'm having to use USDC. Now, there have been questions in the Telegram saying, does it work in the UK? Well, I can say, yes, it does, but let me show you. Okay, so what you can see here is the app where my current balance is just €9.59. I've been spending quite a bit with this virtual card. If we look at my history, you can see that there's quite a lot of Morrison's, which is a supermarket chain that I tend to use for groceries and also petrol as well for my car. So there's quite a lot of them for various amounts. This payment here for €58.52, that was actually a council tax payment, which is something that we pay in the UK. Just wanted to see if that could be done with the virtual card, and it could, no problem at all. This Evertea, that is a t-shirt offer from a company in Manchester. That was €28.07. So all that was working absolutely fine, but it's better to see it in real life, isn't it? So let's have a look at this little video. Okay, so here I am in a Wetherspoons pub in Devon in South England, and I was messing about a little bit because I was trying to video my phone at the same time. But you can see that the pound amount there is £28.29. And what I actually paid on the app was €33.16. Now, of course, this would be better if we could do it in pounds. Now, that is coming in the future, but that isn't in this version of the app. I don't think it's in version 2, so I think it might be in version 3, which hopefully we will get sometime this year. But nevertheless, let's have a look how that compares with something like Wise. Okay, so this is wise.com, what used to be called TransferWise, and I think they're known as being one of the best sort of places to change money, and also they have cards as well that you can use. Now, I probably need to do a proper test where I actually go into the same pub with a card loaded in euros and then try and pay for something in pounds to be, very equivalent. But nevertheless, you can see here that, looking at the rate you would get for €33.16 is £27.44 as opposed to £28.29 that you get with Another. So to me, I can see straight away that there's a definite advantage in using Another over Wise, which is one of the oldest, foreign exchange platforms that's around. Now, that's something to think about, isn't it? Now, without having the native GBP account in there, the one thing I probably won't be doing at the moment is getting money that I've earned in GBP, Great British Pounds. I won't be getting that and putting it into the app, because obviously I'll have to turn it into euros there, and then I'll be buying things with pounds, so it'll be going back from euros to pounds, which just doesn't make any sense to me. But as I say, we will get the GBP account soon. So when will I use this? Well, obviously, from crypto that I've earned and traded on various platforms, crypto from there I can just put straight on the card. And of course, I do go to Europe quite a lot. I really like France, I really like Spain. I lived in France for 20 years, quite like going back there. And obviously when I'm there, I can just use the virtual card and pay for everything in euros, just as you would normally. So what's the advantage? Well, it's not live yet, but we will be getting rewards which are related to the usage of the entire network. So on zoidpay-other.online, there is this calculator where these figures are based on something like a $20.4 million revenue, annual revenue, which sounds feasible. Rewards for the stakers is going to be enormous, like 18,360,000, with a market cap of $10 million for the Other token. Now, Other is a token that's going to power the whole platform. And the idea is that you have some Other, you lock it up for various periods. I'll show you that in a moment. And then you get a score depending on what kind of contributor you are. Now, I'm probably going to be using my card a lot, so I think I'm probably going to end up being a master contributor. And I'm quite happy to lock up my tokens for 12 months. And at the current prices, we'll be able to buy about 500,000 Other tokens for about $5,000. So let's just say that we did that, and we had 500,000 Other tokens. We locked them for 12 months. That would mean that you'd be getting $765 a month in rewards. Now, that isn't going to stay like that, because that is at 90%. That's going to be in the initial phases. That is going to drop to 50% in the first year. So at that point, it will be $425 a month, which is still not bad, is it? The whole tokenomics of the Another platform are really interesting. I urge you to have a look at this page here, zoidpay-other.online. And there's also a page on gitbook.io which explains what it's all about, the overview, the tokenomics. So do take a look. So if you want to get involved, there's two things you can do really. First of all, download the app. Go to AnotherApp.io and you can download it either for a iPhone or Android. It's all there. As I say, that is version 1. Version 2 will be out pretty soon, I think. Version 3, not sure about, but sometime hopefully this year. Now, the wallet in there is non-custodial, so that means you're not putting your money, your crypto on an exchange or anything like that. It's in your wallet, and that's how it works. And this is, I think, pretty unique, actually, the idea of having a non-custodial wallet attached to a fintech app. Very, very cool in my mind. And the other thing you could do is you could place an order to buy some Other token. You can do that if you want to buy a lot on AnotherApp.sale. And you can see here at the moment the private phase is finished. We're now on the public unicorn round. Not sure what that means. But the price is 0.0125. Okay, so 1.25 cents that is. And then by the time we go public, the price is going to be 2.5 cents. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can go there. However, what we will be able to do very shortly is to swap ZoidPay for Other on a one-to-one basis. Okay, now this is quite exciting for me because I've got quite a lot of ZoidPay. But if you haven't, then you can do one of two things. You can either go to KuCoin if that's available in your jurisdiction, and I think you can still actually buy ZoidPay with USDT on the spot exchange there. It does have this ST tag, so you are limited about what you can and can't do in the platform there. ST stands for special treatment. Now, I also believe that Other is going to get listed on KuCoin, and there will be an option maybe to swap ZoidPay to Other within the KuCoin platform. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that should be a possibility. So KuCoin is an option, and of course regular viewers will know that X Exchange or X Portal, the Multiverse X things, you can actually buy ZoidPay there with something like eGold, for example. So if you had one eGold that now costs almost nothing, like $3, less than $3, you would get 383 ZoidPay for that. And of course here you can, exchange other things as well for example, USDC. I mean, not financial advice at all, but, you know, why not just get a little bit of Zoid Pay and just, you know, get involved, see how it works out. So at the moment, if you had $5,000 in USDT, you could get over 500,000 Zoid Pay that way. I'll be covering this more in a future video, so I'd strongly suggest that you do subscribe and make sure you have got the notifications set on all. Otherwise, see you soon.